right, we're going to talk about our personal narratives again. And these are some strategies that we can use to help us focus and pick a topic. What can we do in order to, because lots of times I find that some people aren't able to pick a topic. Like they just can't even find something to write about. They're not sure what they want to write about or what's the best topic, what does my reader want to hear about, and so they just don't know what to write about. So here are some strategies for generating a personal narrative topic. So our first strategy is think of a person who matters to you. Normally, you have someone who really matters to you. List small moment stories, choose one, and then write your whole story on that one idea. So, if I'm thinking about someone who really matters to me, I could obviously write about my kids. I could write about my husband. I could write about my mom. I could write about, I have a really, really good friend, and her name is Teresa. My really good friend I taught with for many years. And then she retired, and she has gotten married again, and she is a really good person, and we recently found out that her husband has cancer. And we thought to ourselves, what a blessing it was for her to retire from her job so that she doesn't have to go to work every single day, and she's able to stay home and take care of her husband. But the reason I brought up my really, really, really good friend Teresa is because she's the most amazing, thoughtful, and kind person. And even though she's going through all of these different things, she will still send other people a text or give them a call. And like she sent me flowers. And she's going through these amazing things in her own life and worrying about taking her husband to have chemo and radiation every single day. And she has, she has grandchildren, and she has her own children, and she has her husband to worry about, and she, is worried about the fact that, she's no longer working, and all of these things, and she still takes time to think about other people. So when you are going through, think about a person. Like I thought about all of these different people, and I listed them. I listed that I thought about my children. I thought about my husband. I thought about my mother. I thought about my friends. And so then I thought, let's think about particular friends. Let's think about Teresa. And then listing small moments. And then picking one. And then writing the story about that one. So lots and lots of different ways. Another strategy could be, think about a place that matters. You could use pictures and quick notes to jot about the small moments and that occurred there, and then choose one and write about it. So thinking about a place that is, lots of you wrote about maybe like Holiday World or another amusement park that you have been to, camping, going to another state. So, I think I heard somebody writing about Florida, going to Florida. it doesn't even have to be that. My own children, I know, absolutely love the fact that their grandma and grandpa live next door and their aunt and uncle live across the street. And my daughter is extremely emotional about like our whole place right there and never wanting to be away from that. And of course, she moved today. And she went to college today, moved all of her stuff in. Her grandma and grandpa took her. And so just thinking about a particular place, listing different moments, different events that happened in those places. And then choosing one of them and writing about that event. Another one could be, think of a first time or a last time you did something and list small moments or stories and choose to write about one of those. So a first time that you ever did something or the last time you ever did something. So I could think about, when the first time I ever got my teaching job was at Miami Elementary, and that's not even a school anymore because they closed that school down. It's now the Bowen Center. So if you go into Wabash, if you've ever been to the Bowen Center, that used to be a school. And so that was my very first teaching job. I mean, I kind of had some other teaching jobs before that, but the real third grade classroom, and it was amazing. Of course, I have had so many classrooms after that. That was the first one. And then I could think about the last class that ever went through Miami Elementary. Or the next school I taught at was W.C. Mills Elementary. And they closed that school too. It's now a church. I taught at that school for 15 years. And now that school is no longer a school. It's actually a church. So thinking about all of these different events, and we could write about the last time students were ever students in that school. And then we could talk about our last day at that school and what that looked like. The last thing, you could think about a moment or different moments that really matter to you because you realized or learned something, and then list the moments. Like something, maybe you finally learned to ride a bike. Maybe you finally learned how to hit that ball and get a home run. I know I've been really silly because I'm not a baseball player, right? Like, I get it. I know. And you could write about maybe learning to swim. Something that you finally learned. Pick a moment. Pick something from that. And then you're able to write a story about it. So these are just some different ways that we can actually figure out what to write about. Picking a topic. How do I pick a topic? And these are some easy ways for us to figure out how to pick a topic. Now, some different ways, like, because lots of times when I have to figure out what to write about, I kind of do the same thing. Because how do you pick? Like, does it just come to your head if you're a natural-born writer? Or, do they have strategies? Do they have ways of figuring out what to write about? So mine usually goes to big events and or people that are really important to me. And those are easy ways that I come up with how to write. Now, if I want you right now to think about a time that you learned a lesson or learned how to do something. And write it in your notebook right now. Tell me about a time you learned a lesson, like from now on, I will never hit a ball inside of my house ever again. Because we hit the ball and it went through the window and we got in super big trouble. Or any type of a lesson that you learned, or even if you just learned something, like how to swim, or how to ride a bike, or any time that you have learned something or learned a lesson. And you don't have to write a huge paragraph, just tell me what you learned.
Do you know my brother Logan Rasmussen?
I do.
And you?
I just remember Kayla being at WC Mills, but I don't remember, because I didn't have her in my class. Okay, keep writing, kiddo.
Let's hear this today.
Write, kiddo.